So today I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to put together a very basic political or social commentary or satirical poster. This is based on the piece is based on the whole idea of how some right-wing people or some people fragile masculinity will blame so-called in air quotes woke for everything. So that's what this is going to be based on. So this is a picture of someone looking terrified that I got from Pixabay. Now, my original idea was maybe I would have like a terrified 1950s housewife looking scared, but because this is what the mindset some of these people have. But I came across this picture and I thought it would work better actually with it being male. So because the stereotype, the belief, well, there are some women that are scared of this conservative in air quotes women that will complain about this, but it is for the most part fragile male egos that will complain about this. So I thought this picture would work better, and it's a good picture where because it's also the direction he's looking is and looking to his right and upward, slightly upwards, will work better with the idea that I have in mind. So first, I will create the main size of the poster, and I'll do it in what we call in this country A3. I don't know what it would be called in America or elsewhere, but I'm also doing this on Photoshop 6 as well. So that's the version I have. So these basic things I'm doing here would be able to be done on the newer versions. It's just that I own this copy of Photoshop, and I don't want to pay Adobe however much it is to rent it these days. I am going to be looking into some of the more free versions of Photoshop to widen my influence of what I can of who I can speak to about this. So right now, not many people are going to be able to afford Photoshop. So this is something I'll be looking forward to in the future. But right now, this is being done here. So I'm going to set the resolution to 300 as always because that's print quality, and the width for what would be considered A3 would be 42 centimeters, and the height would be 30. So that's pretty big. It's like so if you've got a sheet of printer paper is A4. So put two of those together, that's the size you've got. So the image I downloaded is going to the image size of that. So image size. Currently saying the resolution is 72, but the width is 63, and the height is 58. So what I'll do is I'll convert that to 300 dots per inch. But however, I'm going to reduce this by roughly around by 3, just to be in sync with that. So because otherwise it would just be massive but pixelated. And I could put it in as this, but I just like to keep everything the same and neat. So that's that there. Now, this is made like in a comic, and but I want to make these. So that's the illustration, this art style. But I want to see if I could try and make the coloration a bit less plain. Yeah, so it's made the darks a bit darker, so you can make the lights a bit lighter. That's a bit too orange. No, it makes them too yellow. Now let's cancel that and let's start again. I just want to make the darks a little darker. So, okay, that's good. So to put this on, I'm going to put this on here. So what I will do is I will pull this out, and then I'll use a selection tool and just bring it over. I'll keep it actually just in case I need it later. Now what I want is actually him to be kind of small, but there's going to be something behind him. This is currently a white background. However, that's not going to be like that for long, so I will use the magic wand tool in this case. So I can then get rid of this. So now, so if I was to, in the background, turn that to black, which this might be the colour I'll keep, but just so you get an illustration here, got that there, and there's still something I need to get rid of. So that's that there. We've still got a bit of a white background around I've got a border around him, but that works in this case because he doesn't blend into the background too much. So let's have a look, see if actually I can make a, instead of black, make it a very, very dark blue. So it's actually the kind of same colour as his suit, but I think that works quite well. Because what I'm going to do now, the rest of this is going to be text. Oh, I need to actually, I've done it wrong. So to change the background colour, I have to click on the background layer. So it does it all the way across. Didn't really matter, I could have actually just individually filled those in, but I want to keep everything separate just in case things have to be changed. So back to the background layer, but this is, when I put the text in, this will create a new layer for it. So I'm going to pick the colour now, and I want this, I had the idea in my mind of making this text for this kind of orange. So I want the blue as well, the contrast. So I will type in capital letters woke. Never mind the actual font, I'm going to change that. Because while that is a pretty cool looking font, it's not suitable for what I'm doing here. So, well, that does look pretty cool. There's a possibility if I can't find something else that will be suitable. No, I'd like it to actually be maybe some kind of sans serif. And what I want for this is a possibility. It's not what I had in mind, but this is a possibility. What I wanted actually was for it to kind of take on the entire screen, most the entire poster, so it could also go kind of behind him as well. So I'll see if I can find something else that might have something a bit narrower, but I would still like to try and keep it as sans serif. That one's pretty good actually. So what I can try and do is, the reason why, by the way, I made this use of full screen instead of typing in the actual size that I'd want, and instead I had it, and instead of and I used a selection thing. It was just quicker and easier than typing things in. But I'll see if I can just typing it in will work now. So let's see if there's a narrow version of this. I don't think there is. No, it's not letting you. But one thing we can do here, a bit narrower, we can use this part of the horizontal scale. I don't want to make it too narrow. However, let's get rid of this now. So let's try. And by making it, well, it's still text. It won't. You won't have like the bit mapping because it's not rasterized yet. It's still just scalable text. Let's try and make it a little narrow. I'd like the text to come down a little, although I can actually see if I can just. I'll just pull it down like that. See, I wanted it to take up most of the width. I'm giving myself a little bit to the left and right just in case there's some clipping when it's if it's ever reproduced. But I'm liking that. There's a little bit of text else I'm going to put, and I'm not sure what colour I'll do it in yet. So what I would do is I will just type it in the orange. I won't be using this font for it. I'll be using something a bit more plain because it's going to be smaller text. I did have something in mind. Oops. That was wrong. Oh, I know what I did there. I should have clicked off this bit of text, so I will delete the change to the character style, and I shall then have to create a new text. If it will let me, because now that's taking over everything. So what I'll have to do is maybe, there we go. So what I had to do there is I had to actually make the original text not visible for now. And I shall have the text left leaning. And this is a little bit of text. I'm going to change the font for this once it's. Source of all of your problems, because this is how sometimes some of these people almost complain about this, is that everything they don't like is work. Actually, that text works actually very well. In this, so let's see how. But I'd like maybe it to be a little smaller, but we'll see if that font still works. We've just got to figure out where to actually put this. Maybe that is. I mean, it's probably good to have it close to the man, but also close to the text as well. So that looks good, but I'll get rid of the full stop because that's just making it look a little wrong. That's it. It's not grammatically correct, but what have you. So I like the look of this. I think this has worked incredibly well. What I originally had in mind was to have the text go all the way from there to there, and just the source of all of your problems be at the bottom. But then that make it be too cluttered. You've got some negative white space there. But also, if I'd have done actually what I had in mind, these two. One thing that was concerning me when I had this in mind would be if these last two letters would be mostly obliterated. So this way you can see what it says. So I think this is quite for me an amusing and effective post. It's something I've been meaning to do for a while. Something like this, to mock this whole thing of the war on woke, this culture war nonsense that needs to really be put to bed. So let me know what you think of this. Whether you like this, whether you think this would be quite good as a poster that I could have made and sell, and I'll certainly display it on my socials anyway. So, as always, like, share, and subscribe. That all helps. That's instantly a good way of helping me for free. It doesn't cost you anything and helps me out. It helps me out a ton. And my description has my merch links, which has my link tree, which has my merch links and my socials, and both of them also have the link to my Patreon account. That's a way of helping me. There's various tiers on that, and I shall speak to you soon. Thank you.